national treasures, highlighting our unspoiled historical sites and cultural art forms. The Masquerade, Clowns, Brimstone Hill, Berkeley Memorial, Independence Square, and from Nevis, Hot Spring, Bath Hotel, and the Botanical Gardens. It all comes alive on Saturday, December 27th, 2025. Sign up now, it's free. Register online at www.skncarnival.com or in person at the Department of Youth, 3rd floor of the Cable Building, Keon Street, Bastyr. But hurry, while stocks last, join the celebration, honor our national treasures, and watch the future of Carnival shine. It's sweet to the core. Sugar Mass 54.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust. To secure your investment, you need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us. TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind. You're always safe with us.
Good morning to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, A+, and good morning to the regional and international diaspora. Good morning, just about 8 minutes after the hour of 8. Just to remind you, we're being simulcast on TVC Channel 40, Facebook, as well as YouTube. We are on your FM dial at 98.9 FM. Just to remind you, if you wish to join in on the conversation or bring something pressing to the fore, our local number is 466-0989. We have two numbers in the U.S., 1-305-921-4619 or 1-718-285-6984, or in the U.K., 0333440065. It is the second day of December 2025. If you're celebrating a birthday, an anniversary, whatever you're celebrating, have an enjoyable day. We have 23 more days to go before Christmas Day. Remember, don't spend all the money. Save some for the long days of January. Good morning to our usual listeners. Mr. McMahon, I hope you see I got another one, and I got plenty more from where these came from. I hope you woke up on the right side of the bed. Now, Quinn, to start off today, I hope you're doing good. How are you doing? I should ask.
I'm fine. And you?
I am good, thanks. Now, I forgot two important things yesterday. One, it was World AIDS Day. Today begins Grief Awareness Week. So Grief Awareness Week is from the 2nd to the 8th of December, and that encourages persons that are grieving to seek help, talk about it, and I guess you never stop grieving. The process just helps you to make it a bit easier. Then tomorrow we have Disabilities, for Persons with Disabilities Day. I know 1 year I did exercise with persons from that department, and I opted to be blind. So I was blindfolded, and I had to walk. At one point, the guy had to say, "Come this way, you're almost into a light post." So it was a learning experience, but it's tough to not have your eyesight. So I don't know how they maneuver, but that is tomorrow.
And let's send a special greetings out to Sylvine, because she's blind.
Yes, and she maneuvers very well. I'm sure she has adjusted to her situation. And I forgot also yesterday to mention St. Lucie elections. We spoke about it before, but yesterday was the day.
Okay.
And Gwen, over there in the U.S., sorry, but yellow is not the code. It's red in St. Lucia, 14-1.
Okay.
But I found that they had a lot of
independence. Seems as if there's a trend, though. This one thing.
Yeah, and guess who won the seat?
Who?
the leader, Alan Chastity.
Yes, and
What?
I had the feeling he wouldn't win, but I could not be sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
a lot of people were talking a lot of bad things about him, but you know, people are, as I said, when you're a politician, you cannot be thin skin. I know
You
that's
see,
Big
people-
Lice's song this year.
People remember when he was in power and some of the things that he did and some of the things that he said.
Morning, but they said he ran a poor campaign. Good morning, Miss Henry. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, giving all thanks, man.
All right.
I said it's easy to maneuver. Child, you know, I'm meant to not get lost in my own house.
Oh, I thought you got accustomed to it by now.
Lord Jesus, if you turn the wrong way, you end up in another area.
Oh boy. So you sounding like you live in a mansion. You need a roommate.
Well, it's not it's a three-bedroom house.
Okay.
You have the fire, the living room, the dining room, and the kitchen.
Okay. Miss Henry,
The
you want
bedrooms
a
are on the other
roommate?
side of the house. If you make look, and sometimes the furniture just come off, you know.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Sometimes my poor granddaughter got to come and stay me. I just walk out in my head.
Oh,
But it's not easy being blind, you know.
I know.
It's not. My mom was
Especially if
my mom was
especially if-
blind. My mom was blind, and sometimes you make
Became
one.
bli-
If you make
became blind.
one wrong decision, it shows off everything else.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it ain't easy. It just that's where faith in God coming, you know. I don't care who God did, who God ain't this, and who God ain't that. If I did not have faith in God, I will lose heart. Telling you. It ain't easy because I am a very independent thinker, actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So was my mom.
I was economically independent.
Yeah.
I had to beg nobody do nothing for me. Not even my good God bless him husband.
Hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you can't see. You may try to do everything for yourself, but you can't.
Yeah.
And I learned to maneuver, have a kettle, a microwave, a toaster, you know, different things.
Yeah.
And my food is ordered for me. It's not easy because God is good. Could have
Sometimes.
been worse. Could have been worse because
Sometimes I kind of felt it for my mom because she would get
you're
really
accustomed
she
to
would
walking, you're going full speed in town.
yeah she would get really frustrated, and sometimes she would take it out on me, and I would say, but mom, I mean, I understand, and you know, but it was
People may say that. It ain't easy.
Yeah.
And then some people got the nerve, they want to make all of the decisions for you. That's the way sometimes they follow. Just come and say, excuse me.
yeah.
I may be blind, but me stupid. You know, I do, oh, mommy, yes, sir. Thank you for your recommendation.
You still want your independence?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, you see, Queen Mother, you tell me that she walking full speed. She's short, but she going full speed.
Yeah. But
And
even
she had her own business and everything like that, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And then one day you discover you can't see. It
Yeah.
goes slowly for some people.
Yeah.
But you know what helped me? Going down to the center at McKnight. I've been back since COVID. But I learned a lot.
Okay.
I met people who were blind since they're young. Because I got blind in 2018.
Yeah.
Was about 70.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah? And when I hear the story of Sylvine, you got to give God thanks that you went blind late. When you could maneuver and handle yourself.
Yeah.
There's one lady down there. She teaches the computer. Her name is Sharon Frederick. Many of you know her.
No.
Always dressed hot and sexy and everything. And go walk up so. When she was telling her story, she started having some problem with the eyes. And she said one day, I think she was in Antigua, she was home in Seca. She had 2 young children. And one morning she was taking the little child to preschool.
Yeah.
So she holding it, and she was like, she can't see. So she said, well, she tell the boy, just walk in front of me. Well, she holding on to the bag.
Yeah.
So she reached by the preschool, got the child another way. She sat down by the bed, she tried to figure out, how do I get back home? She said she worked it out tonight. She said from the time she reached home and she reached by the gate, she put a one ball in. She said, one moderation ball in. And the answer said, what do you say, I can't see? What do you mean you can't? She said, I can't see. She went all England for treatment and everything, but nothing worked out. And today she's down there teaching people how to use the computer, to use the program and everything.
Yeah.
And when you see we're going to have luncheon or dinner, well, one day the name Doris from St. Peter's. They do all, oh my God, carry home the chicken and they season them up. And they bake them. And Doris make all kind of dishes because she said when she used to live in Puerto Rico, she used to work with a lady who did catering. You can't believe.
That she can't see.
Can't see. She could have seen, you know. And then something happened to her. So I think she said she was in Puerto Rico and the retina. She had the surgery on the retina. Detached.
Okay.
She said, it took her some time. But if you hear that woman's mouth, she could laugh and get jokes and everything. And manage. She was teaching the rest of the blind students, including me, how to do things like how to make up the bed, how to put on your clothes, and how to fold the different things and stuff.
Yeah.
She's run her own business. The one that she gave a joke. I didn't know it was a joke. She said, I am a businesswoman because she used to bring things to sell, you know?
Yeah.
I live in Puerto Rico, roll-on and soap and stuff. So she said, well, I'm a businesswoman. So I said, what kind of business? Well, I like people business. The people business.
Well, she's a
So she could tell you
businesswoman.
all who do what and who ain't do what, who got a man and who ain't got. Oh Jesus, that is she business. There's a business. You know, and then there
But
is
Sylvine, when you're working in the environment with a blind person, you who can see, you learn discipline also. It is a good thing that I have a tendency to put things in a specific place.
Yes, and go back and look for it.
Yeah, because when you're dealing with a blind person now, you have to always put certain things, certain places, or else they can't find it, you know.
Well, it's true. But I give a joke. I have a cleaner who comes in once a month to clean the house. She's very good, very, very good, very, very good. But when she moves the things or something, she don't tell me she put them. So I may go looking for this and that. It up on the shelf in the bathroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes I put things on the table, and as you say, I note. I do the phone. I do most of the stuff myself.
Yes.
But sometimes when you move, it throws me off, you know.
Yeah, it's
Because
frustrating.
I spend more time feeling the table, feeling the shelf. But so it's not easy.
Yeah.
But I tell you, it takes a good spirit. And when you remember Rockcliffe, he passed the other day, the blind man. He should go town and all of that by himself.
Yeah.
Go bank and go shop. And he said, Mrs. Henry, you could do the same thing, tell not me.
Yeah, he
And
amazed
never
me.
want to go and call a taxi. Where I live, to cross Pan Road is a death trap. The bus, we own a bus. We own 2 buses now. And the bus would stop down the road at the foot of my street. Put on the line to show that. And for the life, sometimes under 5 minutes, the person who came to pick me up from my house. We're standing up there, and they could see I have a cane. Nobody stopping.
Wow.
So I said, me, that's a going to kill me, trying to get into it. He got injured more than once. His wife, Ethel, is very good. She was trained. She was actually trained and everything. She got married blind. Both of them were blind when they got married.
Okay.
He lived in Guyana. She lived in St. Kitts.
That's a short lady, very, very short lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she used to work at the industrial
almost like
site.
a major. Yeah, she actually worked in a place where I worked.
Yes.
I think it was
And
Jaro.
then she
I
worked,
think it
the
was
last place
Jaro.
was at the Macnan Community Center.
Yeah.
And look, she would walk from up on the industrial site down to the bus terminal. You hear me?
Yeah.
So it's how you adjust, because some people home and they ain't coming out, you know.
Yeah.
They don't want nobody, not the blind. Darling, blindness is something you buy.
Yeah.
One fall, I remember I got a fall down my kitchen step. Caused my eye to bleed.
Wow.
And then when they had the Zika, I went to St. Thomas on a vacation. And when I come up, my eyes am killing me by all in St. Thomas and the airport. I said it must be an allergy I have because I could see out of that eye. When I went back and I went to the doctor, the eye doctor here, he said I had pink eye, let's call it, right?
Yeah.
Gave me some antibiotic eye drops to clear it up. Man, he did a good job. It closed up the vent in my eye, push up the pressure and led to my blindness.
Wow.
Now, if I did not believe in God, when I hear somebody, oh, they ain't got a God and God ain't nothing, darling, you better get a God, you know. Because if you ain't have a God, you will go off. Some of them just kill themselves and so, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not easy. So today I want you all to pay attention to this thing about walk a mile in my shoe.
Yeah.
Try it. Somebody could lead you.
Yeah.
Or put you in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I did it 3 years ago, I think. Yeah.
And we used to gather at the ferry terminal and walk to the square.
Yeah.
And they have skills. Some of them have different, young people got different problems. Can't walk, you know. A few of them are intellectually disabled. And we have some, what do you call them? Where your tongue is heavy, what do you call them?
I don't know. I don't know the term for that.
And this girl, her name is Erica. Erica could dance and walk up. You hear me?
You mean she has autism?
No, not autism. The other one, man. Where the doctor recommend that you abort the child.
I don't know.
Oh my
There's so
gosh,
much.
I'm trying to remember. That's not coming to me, Miss Henry, but I think I know what you're saying.
Yes.
I can't. The
And
terms
she's
not
very,
coming.
she very intelligent. And just out of compassion, you know, this lawyer, the short lawyer lady, she used to come on WinFM. They adopted her.
Okay.
And wherever she goes town, she walk with her. She said, grandmother that's coming, grandmother. I went up government house, you know. Wherever, no matter the function, she walk with her.
Okay. That makes her feel, like
Yeah,
she
look.
belongs. She belongs.
Yes,
Someone
when we have
cares about her.
professional day,
Yeah.
she put on her lawyer clothes. She's confident.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay, Sylvie, we have another caller.
All right then. So to all those out there, please put your faith in God here.
Yeah. Okay.
But at the end of the day, that is all you'll have left.
Yeah. Okay.
Good morning, guys. Oh, Miss
Morning.
Henry could have stay on. You know, I don't stay long. I think what Miss Henry was looking for was Down syndrome.
No, I don't really know.
I think that's it. Yes. That's it, Cleo.
Yeah.
But she made me laugh because of what she said about the young lady, and I know the young lady can dance for real.
Explain to me what Down syndrome is.
Down syndrome. It gives the kids their face look a little funny.
Yeah. The one with one extra chromosome.
Right. They're just a little slower, but they can be very intelligent.
Okay.
They can be very intelligent, but then just some of them you have depends on the level. You have to really keep them like noise. They can tolerate certain noise.
Oh,
they can, they're very flinchy sometimes.
They're very
I
sensitive.
had a church.
Sensitive to certain things.
Yeah, very sensitive. I had
Okay.
a church family that had a son, and oh my God, he's so nice and grow up with certain things like you have to keep your hand on him as he'll run away or stuff like that. But I was a lovely child, still alive. he grew up to be a fine young man.
Okay.
But Miss Henry was talking about the blind, being blind and stuff. I think back of my great grandmother because she was blind. And the funny thing, how she became blind is her son and his wife were fighting, and she went to pat them, and the wife went to hit the son, and it hit her in her back of her neck.
Oh boy.
And that's how she became blind. But you couldn't fool Mama. No way, you could not fool Miss Taylor's. When it comes to money, she knew her money. She'll give you, go down to the store, buy this, buy that. You just could not fool her. It's like, it's amazing how you would lose 1 cent here,
Yeah.
but
And
how
he
God
sharpened
will
the others.
increase your cents in a different area.
Yeah.
I find that to be amazing. You could not fool my great-grandmother. No way. But anyway, I'll call back to you guys.
Okay. Take care. Let's
Thank you,
take a
Cleo.
bit of a commercial break, and we'll be back.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
The countdown is on. The sweetest season of the year is here. From December 13th to January 2nd, St. Kitts and Nevis comes alive once more with vibes galore, energy to explore, and moments sweeter than ever before. Sugar Mass 54, sweet to the core. The stage erupts with the passion of Calypso, the sweet sound of Pan, the heat of Soca, dazzling pageants and traditions that make you love Carnival even more. Dance to the streets at Juve, celebrate folklore, and revel in the Grand Carnival Parade, a celebration of rhythm, color, culture. Sugar Mass 54, sweet to the core.
Here are your Horsters Value Max IGA specials.
Running November 27th to December 10th.
Now our Value Club Blue Tag specials. Malto Meal bagged cereals, just $19.99. Essential Everyday White Vinegar, $14.99. Pillsbury Cake Mix, $6.99. Chef Boyardee canned and microwave pastas, $6.99. Celeste pizzas, $6.99 each. Morning Star meatless entrees, $20.99. And now our very low weekly
Value deals. IGA or Essential Everyday Mac and Cheese, $2.99. Essential Everyday Oils, Vegetable and Canola, $13.99. Essential Everyday Croutons, $5.99. Libby's Canned Vegetables, $2.99. Nature Valley Granola Bars, $12.99. The Arm & Toothpaste, $14.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart, tell them in Spanish.
sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en Value Mart.
This Christmas, make the season brighter with help from TDC Financial Services. Whether it's gifts for the family, a holiday home makeover, or that special celebration you've been dreaming of, our Christmas loan promotion is here to make it happen. Get up to $85,000 unsecured or $100,000 secured with affordable rates, fast approval, and the trusted service you know and love. Apply today at TDC Financial Services on Central Street, Bastyr, St. Kitts, or Main Street, Charlestown, Nevis. TDC Financial Services, your holiday, your loan, your way, where money is made easy.
The clock is ticking. It's Hartsford's Building and Nevis Centers and Builders Paradise Christmas Countdown Sale. This Thursday, December 18 to that day, December 20. Enjoy 30% off store-wide all weekend. Plus 12% VAT on that day, Saturday, December 20 on everything you need before the holidays. Don't wait. Time is running out to save big before Christmas Day. Build with us at Hartsford's Building and Nevis Centers and get everyday low prices at Builders Paradise.
And we're back.
And today, unfortunately, we won't be having, should I say unfortunately? Weekly Dose is closed for the rest of the year. So
Yeah.
let me not say unfortunately. Last week was the Doc's last. So
For the year.
For the year, yes.
And we're missing her already.
I know.
Yeah.
So she'll be back next January 2026 with more interesting topics. Quint, what I learned also about this month is that from the 1st to the 31st is also Constipation Awareness Month.
Oh.
So constipation seems to be the thing. I don't know if we were that constipated long time because we ate anything that we could have found that was edible. So we eat all them green guavas, so you definitely had to go to the bathroom, even if you were bound, as we say, because you ate too
Speaking
many
about green, let me ask you a question. Why is it that women seem to love green things, green fruits? I have some cousins when I was growing up, and they would eat green mangoes, green tamarind. They would eat so many fruits green.
They were green.
I had a particular cousin, and she would sit down and eat an onion like it was an apple.
Oh no, that's weird. No, I eat green mango, but it has to be soaked in pepper and salt because that's my tradition, and seasoned nicely, and we call that pickle. So, but I can't literally hold the green mango like that and eat it. No, that's gonna edge my teeth. It's gonna do all kind of things. Quite a degree, the pickle would sometimes edge my teeth too, but nah. I know the green tamarind, extremely sour. My God, your face bent and twisting all shapes and sizes. My gosh, I remember those days, but that was fun. Green golden apple. How about that?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it
That's good
seems to
too.
me. It seems to me that women, when you're very young, like just
Gravitate
getting
to
into
green stuff.
and I would see them bite into the thing, and as you just said, they cringe their faces into all kind of, and I'm looking at them like, wow,
Why?
like like hey, women are really different, boy.
Oh boy, no, but it was fun because we ate the green guavas too. They weren't ready yet. They bound us up, etc., etc. But we made it, and that's the thing. We were outside playing. We had tellies, but our parents controlled how much time we spend behind them. Like Saturday, me and my sisters would try to finish our chores because we wanted watch Soul Train, because when the Soul Train line is on, we want to have our own line at home. So you had incentives. You had chores, but you had incentives to look forward to afterwards.
You know something I saw when I was young? I saw it more than once, but I remember the first time I saw it, it really took me off guard. There was this particular guy. He lived in Keon, but he had family in Connery, right? And he would come to Connery and stay maybe with the family. And one day we were up in front of my mother's place by the wall where we usually lime, and he came up with a bowl, big bowl, and it was full of provisions. It had pumpkin in it, like he had peeled the pumpkin, like take out the core. He still had on the skin, and it had sweet potato, carrots, okra, couple, but they were all raw. So he came up with the bowl, right? And we saw him coming up with the bowl, and then he stopped by us. He was older than us, big man. We were boys. And he started to speak with us, and then I realized he took out the piece of the pumpkin, and started to eat it raw. And then, like, he took out the carrot, and then he took out now I could eat raw carrots, but I'd never seen anybody eat raw pumpkin, and it depends. We would eat a piece of raw sweet potato, but the man was eating everything raw. And when we asked him, he said, "Do you know this is the more healthier? It is more healthier," and it's true. But we don't have a quiet taste for it. So different strokes for different folks.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
As it pertains to, we have a caller?
No.
Okay. As it pertains to the elections that we were talking about earlier, right? I didn't know there was so much disdain for Mr. Chastity, as you would have mentioned. I saw something where they said he was willing to build a horse track over a hospital. The hospital is still being constructed. It's not done yet. I was wondering to myself, why is it that in the Caribbean we have to suffer when it comes to healthcare? And then I thought something else, just the mind going. But being the devil's advocate, is it because of his stature he can go away and get treatment? So
you mean Chastanet?
Yeah. So the hospital isn't priority.
I don't know. Look, I used to, back in the day before he became prime minister, I used to follow up because his campaign, he was very vocal, and next thing when he won, after he won, I started to listen to his rhetoric and hear some of the things. And it seems to me that he was kind of prejudiced, right?
Somebody did mention that.
Yeah.
Somebody did mention his color last night. One of the callers
Yes.
on the show, the live election show.
And how he did things and he like that and his arrogance when he spoke and so forth. So knowing us as a Caribbean people,
Don't play with us.
yeah, when it comes to those things, we're not going to forget them easily. Hello,
Oh.
caller. Oh, lost that.
Somebody also said it was time for him to step down, and a lot of people did not come out and vote. The votes went down tremendously. When I look at the polls and the numbers, and I hear it here too, a lot of people say already, and I vote in the next election. It don't make no sense. All
Yeah.
they said they was gonna do, they didn't do. Should our leaders in the region be concerned that the votes are dropping?
Well, usually when that happens, that is why yesterday I was speaking to a young fellow. He stopped me on the road and was speaking to me, and he was saying virtually the same thing. Usually when that happens, the incumbent wins
Yeah.
because people don't go out to the poll. It's like, so the opposition is going to have to get on board and start getting their work together. Hello, caller.
Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning to everybody and greetings once more in Jesus Christ's name, the only Savior of sinners from their sins, to faith only, based upon the word only, and the second person of the eternal Trinity. And the blood of Jesus Christ also saves us from hell as well, through faith only, in the gospel only. Now, like I just said, usually we need to become a republic and get to the British Commonwealth, and the quicker we do that, the better it is.
Are we capable and able
At
to
least in
handle
one
being a
aspect. At least
republic?
in one aspect. Hello?
Are we capable and able of being a republic? And what is the one aspect that you always speak of?
Well, yes, we are capable of becoming a republic. I really don't see much change. It's saying, like, if you become a republic, that things economically and that sort of stuff going to be changed drastically.
But one of the
politically,
cons is
hello?
that it takes a lot of money to transition into being a republic. Do you think we have those financial leeway here in the Federation?
I mean, what extra money much involved to actually become a republic? It might take some extra money, but I mean, I don't see that it have to take a ton load of money to do that. But what I'm saying is that even if it takes a ton load of money, to me, at least in the one aspect where things will be better in is like I've said yesterday and before, is that for those who believe, I'm not in that bracket, but for those who believe that government is supposed to be legislating laws, okay, there should be concern of the possibility of a conflict between the monarch and the government if the government in the future want to legislate a certain law and the monarch and the governor general was to disagree with it, not sign it, and the monarch take this side of the governor general. You have a possible conflict there. That you would like to eliminate. For me now, who do not believe that, based upon the Bible, that government is supposed to be legislating law. If in the future God was to give us a man of God who really know the Bible and going to apply and enforce the Bible, people like me would not want that future conflict between any monarch and us here. So either way, it should be of concern for either group of people. Either way, it should be of concern. That is the one aspect that I'm speaking of. Other than that, we may really see much change. No. Secondly, some time ago, I spoke against family churches. Okay, churches where after one person passed, another family is expected to take over, whether that person is qualified or not. nobody else will be given any other consideration as to be qualified or called by God to take over. It have to be another family member. And I spoke as that as being wrong, and that's not how the Church of God is supposed to be run. And I know Miss Henry had called in and said, well, then, in the Old Testament, you had the tribe of Levi, who was the priest, so it was a family thing in the Bible. Well, there are stuff in the Old Covenant that came over in the New Covenant, and there's stuff in the Old Covenant that have not come over in the New Covenant, and that is one of them. Being an elder and a deacon in God's church is not a family thing, is not a tribal thing in the New Covenant. It is based upon meeting the qualifications of 1 Timothy chapter 3 and Titus chapter 1. That is how it is in the New Covenant now, meeting those qualifications. And if you are qualified, if you meet those qualifications in those passages, then you are qualified to be an elder and a deacon in the church today. And if you do not meet them, then you are not qualified, and it has nothing to do today with lineage and that sort of stuff. So we should know what applies today and what do not apply today, where the New Covenant is concerned. And saying that, I also wanted to say this as well. Where elders are concerned, where the elders are concerned, leaders of churches, shepherds of churches are concerned, one of the things the Bible says, that no coward shall enter the kingdom of heaven. That is in Revelation. Once you is a coward, you will not enter into the kingdom of heaven. The leaders them today in the churches, the elders, the deacons, the ministers, priests, you name them all, they're a bunch of cowards, afraid to speak out, afraid to challenge those who are opposing the faith. And because of that, they are not qualified to be in the positions that they are, because if you is a person who want to avoid controversy, if you is a person who want to avoid argument and that sort of stuff, you don't want to confront people over false doctrine and those sort of stuff, being an elder, being a preacher, being a pastor and those sort of stuff are not for you. And this is what the church is full of today, people who doesn't have the guts to stand up for the scripture. And like I said, even though I disagree with Ms. Henry and Cleo, at least they got more guts than a whole heap of pastors and so on today. And they are far less disqualified than a lot of people who are ministers and elders and deacons and so today. So that is another thing why the church is in so much problem. It's full of cowards who are afraid to stand up for the cause of the Bible. Yeah. And this is a very important thing, because the Bible says no coward will enter the kingdom of heaven. It says that in Revelation.
Okay.
Yeah. And lastly, I would like to say
go ahead.
In Hebrews chapter 11, it tells us of what it means to be living in faith. And he used Old Testament examples of what it means to be living in faith for us Christians today, for us Christians to follow in, because it is, the Bible set them out as a model for us. And one of the things that is put forth for Christians today as a model for us to follow and that sort of stuff is the overthrowing of governments in faith for the purposes of God, for overcoming evil and putting in faith and putting in place of that evil the way things are to be biblically. You know? So again, when people come and say, oh, the Bible says you are to be obedient to government, it is not an empty check for government to do whatever they like, and we Christians unquestionably obeying government, no matter how evil and wicked command our law they put in place to make us to do.
Okay.
So that is what I also wanted to say. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, we'll take a commercial break, and when I get back, I'll play a clip. Okay.
Found the South 98.9.
The holidays just got a whole lot brighter with the new $5 Holiday Stash scratch ticket. It's easy to play, packed with $1,000 prizes and many chances for you to win big this holiday season. So go ahead, treat yourself, spread some cheer, and stack some cash. Play Holiday Stash today at Caribbean lottery agents and vending machines island-wide. Must be 21 years and older to play. Please play responsibly.
It's the Hoswitz Building and Nevis Centers and Builders Paradise Black Friday Build Bonanza, the biggest builders event of the year. Get 25% off store-wide across every department, tools, tiles, paint, and more. 3 days of unbeatable deals, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday only. The biggest build event of the year. Build with us at Hoswitz Building and Nevis Centers and get everyday low prices at Builders Paradise. Terms and conditions apply.
Campari, Red Passion, embrace the mix.
Campari, Red Passion, full action, this is Red Passion. Embrace the mix, add Campari, make it turn and twist. Add your chaser in your drink. Campari, Red Passion, make the nicest mix. Campari.
Campari Red Passion. Embrace the mix. Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
This Christmas, add postpaid for a festive win-win. We're gifting you a 50-inch smart TV or a $400 Amazon gift card. When you add a Flow postpaid mobile plan to your home internet, you can celebrate the most wonderful time of the year with a big screen or big shopping. Let us upsize your TV or clear your Amazon cart. Either way, you come out on top. Add postpaid to internet today for your festive win-win. Visit discoverflow.co for more info. Terms and conditions apply.
And we're back on Island T. It is 8:48 in the AM, and it's Quincy. He has a clip, so let's get into that clip.
Yes, let's get right into it.
Michael, what would you do if we broke up?
If we broke up,
Yeah.
I would get back together with my ex. At least I would try to. I'd send her love letters, probably send her flowers, a lot of flowers. Apologies for all the things I've done wrong.
What? Michael, you don't even send me flowers. You would get back with her after all of that?
Take her out to nice dinners.
After 5 years of us being together, and you still would get back with your ex?
Yeah, I would really like to get back together with my ex.
I could explode. I could explode.
She has my child, so.
Wait, who has your child?
My ex. Well, if that would be my ex.
Wait.
What?
Do you have another baby mama?
Jen, if we broke up, who would be my ex? What?
Okay.
So she finally got it.
But I knew it before.
Yeah, because I realized you knew it before.
Yeah, you were going to be the ex-smarty pants.
You understand?
Oh, my gosh.
she's
ready
to go ballistic, you know what I'm saying? And he's just being honest. I mean,
you got an ex-baby mama. Girl, you the baby mama. You are the baby mama. Listen.
I like the fact that you got it quick, though, because I could see you saying, but you're the ex.
Yeah, exactly. If we
but
broke
she's
up,
thinking about the other ex.
before her.
Not the last ex.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hello, caller.
Grand Rising.
Yes.
Good morning.
Morning. I got the question to ask. I would like to know when the government is going to start working for the benefits of the people rather than pushing the 2030 UN development goals. All that is happening. For example, the government claims, the Attorney General and the Prime Minister like to talk aloud about this, that they have passed 178 something bills. My question is, which one of those bills they passed empowered the people? None. They are working on an SSD zone, which would accomplish only one thing: displacing the people. To bring a population from somewhere the same size of your population, let me say Nevis, it is to displace your people economically, physically, spiritually. When the government decides, as the Prime Minister and the Attorney General says continually, that there is laws to obstruct the developers from going above and beyond, when they are, let we take Nevis as a real issue. Potential for a population the same size as your population, given the rights of citizenship, because it is said they would be given a passport. Any bill or laws the government in the future would like to put or pass to prevent further movement of these developers, they have the voting power to stop it. We are being displaced for paid. Why is it that in an island or in the Federation, the Prime Minister and Premier has embarked on this mission to promote a type of development that all the people are against? Nobody is in favor of displacement. Where are you going to put the people? The Prime Minister has said in the bill it states sustainable settlement. People, go on the Google and look for, not sustainable community, look for sustainable settlement. To put any development in your island which has the right. Actually, if you want to tell me I got to find my own water, my own electricity, my own health care, my own security, and my own conflict resolution, the bill says so. Then where are you going to put the people, the indigenous citizens? We're in it. We are out of it. I am saying to the people, if we do not stop this administration on this course of madness, the result is not going to be nice for us. We are allowing electors that we put in place not to make laws against us, but to represent the individuals in the individual constituencies. There is no representation. Where is it? I'm going to tell you what will happen in the future. We, the people, we are going to take it back and bring government back to the people. Where when you're going to pass a law, the people you're representing must know. What is happening now is an abuse of power. It is an abuse of the people's rights, the people's votes. How can administrators on their own, people put in place to represent the people's rights, decide among themselves to pass laws that would work negatively against the people? Even this traffic, the camera business, it is illegal for a government to pass laws to criminalize your people if they ain't pay the ticket. What happened to jail? It is a trap. If you can trap us, smart talk us, we're done with that.
So what
I'm putting them on notice that the future has changed. It belongs to us. When we put you there to represent us, you must represent us. For over maybe 2 years, I know personally people trying to get an appointment to see the Prime Minister. He in Nigeria. They gone Nigeria, whole delegation, and I see the Prime Minister dealing with something with agriculture. How is the people benefiting from all them traveling and going on? None. There's no benefit. If you out there and you're in agriculture, your farmers in St. Kitts must feel the benefit in technology, in production, in every aspect of food security. We ain't benefiting. We're running out of food and nobody cares because the agenda with the electronic ID that everybody's sitting quiet is for the people not to eat food that is grown from the soil, but plant-based food, which is the food produced in the factories. If we don't wake up, we gone in. And we will be surely placed in the type of buildings that is being the low-income house them what they're building now. Pay attention to the coup them. It's jail we gone. This administration, in trying so hard to accomplish meat, because that's the objective. It is not for the benefit of the people. The objective of this administration is to satisfy the United Nations 2030 agenda, which is an open-air prison for the majority of people in the world, not just St. Kitts. Our administration is working to come first in the region. The people got to understand that this first ain't a good one. Have a good day, my people.
Thank you for your contribution.
Okay. And, well, I don't disagree with anything that he said. He's
I was trying to ask him, though, what do we do in the meantime? I know we'll have to wait until 5 years maybe to change. But what can we people do whilst we wait?
do like he's doing. Express yourself. Express your displeasure. Let it be known that you're not comfortable with what is happening. You know, that's the only thing you can do. Agitate. Hello, caller.
Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T.
Grand Rising, guys. Grand Rising, Hortensia, Quint, and the listeners.
Same to you.
Now, I support the caller the last year that just made that his input. You know, I've been saying all along, food has been weaponized today, and when you look at where our Prime Minister and the Minister of Agriculture is at right now, it begs the question. You know, I made a statement, and a friend of mine said to me when they came in contact with me, and they said, what do you say? You want to go to Nigeria? Because I did say, when the Prime Minister is going to the continent, they need to walk with me. Now, why did I say that? Quint, I have a little space in my yard, and I do my backyard gardening. It's not a large scale, but it's enough to whenever I reap, I can share with the community. But if you go on the continent, Quint, there are so many variety of fruits and food that you can eat, herb for meat. To strengthen the last point, and this is why I like to bring the scripture to our reality. Genesis 1 said that God created male and female and give us herb for meat. Let me share a little thing here with you guys, Hortensia and Quint. Now, herbs for meat is to keep us alkaline, our body in alignment with the elements and with nature itself. But you see, the book tells us here and there that God said when you eat your meat, you must roast it and make sure there's no blood in it. But this is the same God that says when Abel offered up a slain lamb that was shed blood and that lamb was traumatized, this biblical God said the aroma ascend as a sweet smelling savor that make God smile of an innocent lamb that was slaughtered, traumatized. But you see, these are things that we don't pay attention to, because we are not supposed to be eating anything that flees for its life. Because whenever you capture any kind of living animal, bird, fish, whatever, you traumatize it because you take its life away. Genesis 1, herb for meat. We eat alkaline food that keep our body in alignment.
But
Flesh
Johnny,
breaks down iron.
Johnny, even when we deal with plants, we traumatize them too. We kill them.
Well, you see, now, Quint, there is a method. How we communicate, we have to recognize that we are connected to everything. The very fact that I made a point yesterday, Quint, when I said, look at the animals. What are they eating? How do an animal distinguish between a poisonous grass from one that it eats just to sustain it? Because there are poisonous herbs out there, but aren't we created above the animals? When you go to the doctor says, oh, you need protein, you need animal protein. Where do the animals get their protein from? They're eating herbs. Look at the size of the elephant. When we eat flesh, let's take some iron.
But Johnny, my point is this, that whether you eat plant or you eat animal, because I eat fish, okay, and I eat vegetables, you're still traumatizing both of them, because science has proven that especially the carrots that we eat a lot of, and it's healthy, when you pull up a carrot, it actually screams. It screams at a high decibel. So that means that plants also are alive. And that is why yesterday I asked the question about how is it, do we stop and think about the fact that we breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide, and the trees breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen? You find that it's a kind of a link. We cannot exist without each other. You understand? So I am saying, I hear what you're saying, but I am saying that to some extent, it is not wrong to eat meat, or is it wrong to eat vegetables? But here's the problem. A lot of it is done just wantonly. A lot of slaughter is done without it supposed to be in food. For instance, you look at those movies, you look at Hollywood, right? And you see a lot of food, and you see a car just rush through and it just knocks food all over the place. And you see people wasting food. They prepare food, meats and everything just to put on a set, waste millions of dollars, but people in Africa and India and other places of the world are starving. This is where you willfully, wantonly waste blood and waste food. But if it is for your sustenance, for you to continue to exist, I don't have a problem with it.
Let me say this, Quint. Now, I'm going to take you to, and don't ask me where exactly, but it is written in the Bible. It says Noah lived 900 and plus years before he died. Noah. Now, take into account, right, the Bible was taken from African culture, African folklore. The Bible was written from African spirituality. The very fact that they can say that Noah lived this long, in that translated version, the original is for African. It came from Africans, and Africans were living that long. I was having a discussion with a friend of mine about this because, you know, some Rasta would say, well, biology doesn't permit the human body to live that long. But Quint, what if they were eating herb for meat? Because you see, when we eat flesh now, flesh break down iron, and that is why when we become up in age in 80 and 80 plus years, most of our people, the elders, are in hospital bed with dead sores, and they are stuck there because the mucous membrane has been compromised by eating flesh. It was by design. Everything that we got was by design.
Journey. It's not just from eating flesh. It's from eating too much. It's
okay.
Because look at it.
Quint,
go ahead.
Yes, Quint, you're right. But this is what we were indoctrinated in.
Yes.
Look at us eating 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
Right? Now, when you look at other races, how they consume flesh, and they even eat it rare. They like to consume it with the blood. Mm-hmm. Quint, this is not our culture.
No, this is
our
not.
genetic
That is
makeups
not,
are
no,
different.
No, I agree on that because we don't really see that coming from us
But
as
Quint,
a people.
you see,
That
this
is why.
design.
That is why they tend to say the way how we as Caribbean people cook. They call it overcooked food. They say we overcook the food. Yeah. But for us, it's not overcooked. It's well done.
Quint, the point I'm making is this, Quint. The food that the earth produced, uncooked. Am I there still?
Yeah. Trying to engage another caller, but they are not there because I saw the phone ringing.
Remember yesterday I said that nature, the creator, made provision in all the earth for us before we were formed, according to the literature of the Bible, Genesis 1.
Yeah.
This first, the second, man was the last thing. Even the animals was here before us, plants and animals. And it says, I give you herb for meat. Now, what does that mean? Because again, this is what a journey is saying, Quint. We are quoting the quote and text that is in the book. The book said this here, he said that there.
Okay, Journey, hold a second.
Yes.
Do you mind engaging someone else because someone else is on it? Hello, caller.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr.
Well, with regards to what Johnny is saying, right? I remind you that overall life expectancy has been going up. When they were all herbivorous and eating just
Excuse me. I'm not hearing what McMahon is saying. I don't know if you can
speak a little louder, McMahon.
Yeah, when you were all herbivorous, meaning you're just eating plants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Essentially a vegetarian. The life expectancies were much lower as far as the records show. Right? So, yes, we may criticize our diet now. And yes, advances in medical science probably help to give us a higher life expectancy. But the bottom line is we are living longer, okay? And one can also argue that even though the quality of life deteriorates as you live longer, it is still better than the bad old days, if you want to call them that. Okay? So I don't know how, I don't know if it makes sense overthinking what we're doing now. I mean, we know through medical science and so what is good for us, what is bad for us, We know any kind of excess in anything is bad. We know we have to keep moving. We have to exercise both body and mind if we want to have a better quality of life as we age. And that's it.
Okay.
I don't think there's a need to overthink.
Okay, Mr. McMahon. Journey, you can come back in.
Okay. Now, you see, what I'm saying is this, guys. The Bible tells us that Noah and others after Noah lived 900, 700, 800 years. I am saying that the very fact that this was taken from the original script, who were Africans, it tells us that, yes, if we were eating herbs for meat, yes, it is possible that we could live that long. Now, when you look at the structure that was constructed within the African continent, I'm referring to the pyramid, the Sphinx. Now, these weren't lazy people. They were active. They were active, highly intelligent people, because the very pyramid today is still a battle to the world.
But Journey,
yes.
Journey, hear this. I agree with you, but hear this. They were not just physically active. They were so mentally active that they could do things with their brains that we cannot do now.
Right.
And I say that to say this. If we can elevate our brain to a certain level, the brain controls everything else. And if the brain is at its highest level, then the brain controls the breakdown and build-up of the body to such an extent that it increases our longevity and our existence. But we are far from that now.
Exactly. And let me point out some of the ways, Quint, our eating habits today, where food has been weaponized, and all of these ways of 5G and all these things that we're setting up is blocking our frequency from vibrating, Quint.
I agree.
All that is happening to us is it's by design, because they are afraid of remembering who we are.
But some of it isn't by design. Some of it we bring on ourselves. I'm going to show you why. I look at individuals. I jump on a bus. I see an individual jump on the bus. Very obese individual. They're already obese. And while they're on the bus, they have this bag of whatever, chips, and they're eating, right? I see them jump off the bus before me, right? They go wherever they're going. Next thing you know, during the course of the day, I jump off the bus a different point, but next thing, maybe a half an hour, 2 hours later, I bump into them again. They're walking along. They have a hamburger in their hand now. You understand? I mean, this asks the question, are we eating to live or are we living to eat?
Yeah, I think the second one, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, Chris, it's funny you said this, because I took my car to have it serviced, and I took the bus from the bus terminal, and a young lady going to college, a young girl in her college uniform, sat next to me. And Quint, when she sat between me and a Chinese lady, and she forged me. I kind of laughed to myself. I kind of chuckled with myself, and I said, "Wow, look at this." Mm-hmm. And when she get out at the college when she went to bus stop for she to get out at the college, I got that same force from her. When I look at her size, I was like, "Wow, this is sad." But you know, Quint, this is why Journey is saying food has been weaponized. We have KFC, we have Burger King, and we now have sushi and every other culture that comes here.
But the question, Mr. McMahon, I'm going to ask you now, let you come back in. The question is, don't we have control?
Yeah, because it's all up to us at the end of the day.
Mr. McMahon.
I will say, Quint,
yes,
I'm sorry, I'm just going to finish up this here quickly.
Okay, let Journey finish, because I guess he wants to hang up. Go ahead, Journey.
We don't know what is in these imported products that are coming in. You take, for instance, Kentucky Fried Chicken. There's a whole lot of different type of seasoning that goes within the breading of those chicken globally. But we don't even pay attention to what is putting in those in what the ingredients are, and how that affects us. Whether it makes us crave for more, like you just said that you saw the person eating a burger. These are things that we don't bother to look at. We don't think on these things. But these were the silent recipes that are sneaking into our DNA, and it has now compromised our eating habits.
And it also compromises our existence, our longevity.
That's why I say everything is skewed against us, Quint, because it is by design.
But how is it skewed?
Because
Journey, I hear you, but I'm still asking the question. It may have been skewed, the intent might have been skewed against us, but we have a choice. I want you to finish your point because I want Mr. McMahon's input on it.
Yeah, well, Quint, this is my thing. Once we recognize that all that is coming from external, I mean, Greg keeps saying what? What Greg say? Break away from the monarch. Well, everything that is European Union have nothing that would benefit us. We can fix what is our issue internally. All we have to do is to know, because they took what they know. They imitated us, and now we are imitating the imitators. I'll let McMahon go with his point. Print.
You're going to hang up now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. McMahon.
Yeah, I think that horse has already bolted because the number of chemicals that we use now compared to even 2-3 decades ago would actually affect even our homegrown food supply.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know that even the Bureau of Standards are going into that detail of the chemistry of what we eat and even locally. Okay, you think of pollution in the oceans, for instance. When we eat fish, God knows what stuff is in that apart from lead.
Yeah.
So that horse has already bolted. But my point is that even with those drawbacks, the trajectory is that our life expectancy is at least increasing, not decreasing. Okay.
But
and
hear
so
this.
the body has
But hear this, Mr. McMahon. I hear you. But hear this. I'm going to ask a question because I still don't have the answer. Yes, it is true that our life expectancy is increasing. We're living longer. But I also find that the ailments that we come down with are also increasing, right? A lot of cancer, a lot of this, a lot of that. And because I'm technical and I do my research and I know of the physical and the chemical buildup to some extent, not as deep as a biologist or a doctor, but I know that the industry, the world food producing industry has, as you just stated about the bolting, they have so altered the plant life that the plants that are producing food today are doing it because they have been created to
accelerate the growth.
they have been created to accept a certain amount of poison and still produce. You're aware of that, right?
Yes, but not only that, though. No, it's not. It's just not the man-made intervention in terms of the being able to modify stuff. It's also the fact that both plant and animals are very adaptable to situations.
Yes, that's true.
On their own.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not all because man has intervened.
But
and that is why, for instance, yes, there are more ailments and cancers and all those things, right? But that is probably a result of the fact that we do live longer, right? I mean, a lot of diseases caused early death a long time ago, right? So that is not a surprise.
But hear this though. Hear this though. Even though I agree with you that plants will adapt, hear this. If you are polluting the atmosphere to such an extent that you and every scientist agrees that it will be detrimental to human and plant life, right? If you're doing that, when these plants adapt and adjust, you understand that they're adapting and adjusting to an artificial environment that you created. It is not their natural environment. That's one. But here's the bigger point. The bigger point is that, and this is a fact, that the artificially produced, the chemical produced, when these chemicals were produced, and even our farmers today, they're telling you they can't produce the food without the chemicals. But the chemicals is the problem, because these chemicals are produced in such a way that the plants adapt to these chemicals and still produce food. And they're adapting more and more because man is making sure that they design these chemicals to an extent where the plant can adjust to them and still produce food. And those plants are adjusting more and more to accepting poison. This is a fact. As a matter of fact, the World Health Organization, they're well aware of these things, but they become silent on it because they make money. You find genetic ways of mass producing food more expeditiously, particular plants, and they're looking only at the end product in terms of feeding the world, massively feeding the world, and they're not looking at the results in terms of the poisoning that we are subjecting ourselves to, and they're well aware of it.
Yes, sure, that's true. But the fact is, our bodies can adjust as well, and they do adjust. Okay, and one can argue that, well, if it's a zero-sum game, okay, let's go back to how it was before. Well, first of all, we can't go back to how it was before because a lot of things have happened that are now irreversible. And secondly, the fact is, just like how you noted that the plants can adjust to the poisons, our bodies can also adjust to some kind of tolerance level for these toxins as well.
But while our bodies, are adjusting, because they are unnatural things, this is why. And look at this fact. When I was growing up, I can't remember. I honestly, I'm putting my mind back in, and I can't remember seeing many children with autism and certain different disfigurements and all that kind of stuff. I cannot remember many children suffering from epilepsy and
diabetes, all these
and
things.
there's this thing, what do you call it? We have asthma. Almost everybody now in this younger generation seems to be suffering from asthma. So you understand what I'm saying? While our bodies are adjusting.
Those things can be factually we can get the stats on those things, and I wonder what the actual stats. I mean, it's good to. I mean, we can always make assumptions, but if we have the facts
but Mr.
on those numbers,
Mr. McMahon, these are not just looking at numbers. I'm speaking about looking at what your environment was then and what it is now. Yes, and this is why sometimes I don't like when scientists say, let's get the stat. To me, it's a stalling tactic. I am saying that when we were growing up, I am saying, and you know this as a fact, Mr. McMahon, when we were growing up, we did not see as much of these things as we are now. That in itself is a statistic. We might not have the precise number, but...
Okay. I hear you.
Okay.
I hear you. But
Yes.
but at the same time, right? You must admit, because of education and promotions and so on, we are more conscious of these things now. Okay? That will factor in.
Yeah,
but by the way, the humorous side, talking about overthinking, that joke that you had there, could it be that the guy started out actually thinking of another ex, realized the trouble he was in,
yeah,
and
you
then
had
pivoted.
take someone like you
pivoted.
to bring that perspective.
No. It's always intriguing, this battle of the sexes, eh?
It is.
Where-
It
where
is.
both try to outdo each other.
Yes, it's
So-
true.
so-
But
Right.
that really is a. I didn't think about that, but and what you say has merit, but I don't think he meant that though. I think he genuinely
Well,
meant.
no, yeah. I mean, we take the joke for what it is.
Yes.
Right. But if the guy knew who he was dealing with, right?
Yeah.
He would have talking about evolution.
Yeah.
He would have a defense mechanism against what she's trying to do.
That is true.
You
That
know?
is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. Remember today is budget day in Nevis.
Okay, I
So
didn't
interested to
know
hear-
that.
Yeah, to hear what the Premier has to say with regards to the election in St. Lucia.
Yeah.
I mean, people will draw all kind of conclusions from it. What I like about these last two elections is the fact that the people spoke loudly.
Resoundingly, yeah.
Yeah, resoundingly. And it just shows that if there's an issue or issues, well, first of all, it shows that all politics are local.
Yeah.
I mean, we might draw all kind of inferences from it for the region as a whole, but generally, politics is local.
Yeah.
And so it shows that once there's a defining issue or issues, right, the people would forget about party lines, because you could only have a resounding victory like that if people abandon party.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
You're right.
Right. So that shows that you got to be careful about expecting your party faithful
Maybe-
to always show up for you.
Maybe like the Rasta was referring when he says we're going to take back power. Maybe this is a way of the people showing that they are going to take back power.
Could well be.
Yeah.
The worst. I feel it for pundits these days, because the worst thing to do, to try to do these days, it seems, is to predict an election.
Yeah.
People,
yeah.
and when most of the people are quiet, right?
That's something. Yeah.
Yes, that says a lot.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay then.
So let's take a bit of a commercial break and we'll be right back.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
The battle for the crown is officially on. Sugar Mass 54 presents the Republic Bank Miss Teen St. Kitts and Nevis pageant on Saturday, December 13th at 7 p.m. All eyes turn to the Water Park Cricket Stadium as 8 brilliant young queens step forward to represent their schools with pride, purpose, and poise. Cheer for Kimaya McDonald of Keon High, Tatiana Archer of the Immaculate Conception Catholic School, Kamira Williams of Virchow's High, Kayleen Brown of the Charles E. Mills Secondary School, Jewel Nisbet of the Dr. Denzel L. Douglas Secondary School, Galia Philtua of the Baxter High School, Kato Rollins of the Washington Archibald High School, and Selena Alwani of Sky Academy. One stage, one crown, one unforgettable night as these rising stars bring talent, elegance, and school spirit center stage. Who will rise? Who will shine? And who will take home the title? Find out live at the Warner Park Cricket Stadium. Admission is only $50 for adults and $40 for children under 18. Tickets available at skandcarnival.com. Sugar Mass 54, sweet to the core.
The holidays just got a whole lot brighter with the new $5 Holiday Stash scratch ticket. It's easy to play, packed with $1,000 prizes and many chances for you to win big this holiday season. So go ahead, treat yourself, spread some cheer, and stack some cash. Play Holiday Stash today at Caribbean Lottery agents and vending machines island-wide. Must be 21 years and older to play. Please play responsibly.
The right time, right ride, right now at Horsefoots Automotive. Buy now or reserve for VAT discount days, Friday, December 12th and Saturday, December 20th, and get our lowest rates ever. Plus, enjoy up to $17,000 on select models. No VAT and no down payment. Drive away with finance with Horsefoots and get free bill of sale, free servicing for 12 months, free registration, free tinting, and even free groceries or gas for 3 months. Because the right time is here for the right vehicle with the right deal right now. Visit Horsefoots Automotive right now. Drive smart. Drive Horsefoots. Terms and conditions apply.
The countdown is on. The sweetest season of the year is here. From December 13th to January 2nd, St. Kitts and Nevis comes alive once more with vibes galore, energy to explore, and moments sweeter than ever before. Sugar Max 54, sweet to the core. The stage erupts with the passion of Calypso, the sweet sound of Pan, the heat of Soca, dazzling pageants and traditions that make you love Carnival even more. Dance to the streets at Juve, celebrate folklore, and revel in the Grand Carnival Parade, a celebration of rhythm, color, culture. Sugar Mass 54, sweet to the core.
And we're back on Island Tea just about 32 minutes after the hour of 9. And during the commercial break, I was telling Quint, I remember a long time our fertilizers being cow down and all these things that we put in the food. In Ghana, I remember seeing people spraying crops, but it wasn't with a whole host of things or... well, the concoction to me is more powerful now.
Yeah.
As Quinn said, the plants have adjusted to it and our bodies have adjusted to it. And as I told him, I remember being a little kid that was hard Noah, as we would say, with two big knees, because I ate everything from the ground, or as he said, green this, green that. We ate everything from the trees. We played outside. Our parents didn't encourage us with fast foods or snack. And we hear all around us, eat healthy, eat healthy. But what is healthy is uberly expensive, and what is not healthy is cheap. Yeah. I was speaking to my cousin yesterday. She lives in the UK, and she was telling me now they're putting a tax on unhealthy stuff. She's saying to prevent people from buying it, but she said it's just a next tax that they want to put on to keep them poor.
Yeah.
That's just how she feels.
Yeah.
So we can't eat healthy because the prices are too high, and we have to eat poorly because that's where our hand can reach.
We have a caller. Hello,
caller, go ahead. You're live on Island Tea. Good morning.
Yes, it's me again. Now, I would just like to quote something, because we're talking about food. I would just like to quote something from Genesis chapter 9, verses 3 and 4. Now, God is talking to Noah, and this is what God is telling Noah. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. And as I give you the green plants, I give you everything. But you shall not eat flesh with its life, that is, its blood. Okay? Now, God told Noah, every moving thing, just like I will give you the plants for your food, so I'm giving you every moving thing on the earth. To be food for you. And I think that goes against what a lot of people are teaching, that we're only supposed to eat certain meat, which, well, it will go against the Seventh-day Adventist teachings and other teachings that restrict to the certain meat. Yes, certain meats were restricted under the Old Covenant, but today it's very similar as it was in Noah's time, where we now have everything with food. And I believe the blood issue, I don't think it is an absolute command today for everybody. I think it was telling the Christians them, since they had this conflict with the Jews, that when they're present, those who are offended by the eating of blood, you don't eat blood in their presence. That is how
You
I
see how
understand
you see how
the
you see
Prohibition
how
Act.
you see how you always twist things and then say, God, this is how
No,
God
there is a
wants it.
background to it, Quint. There is a background to it. There is a background to it with the confusion that went on
Whether
with
or
the
not-
Judaizers
Whether or
and
not
telling
there-
the Christians they ain't supposed to eat that and they ain't supposed to eat this.
Whether or
So
not
you-
there's a
Among other things.
background, whether or not there's a background to it, my concern is that.
No, it can't be whether or not there's a background to it, Quint. If you got
But
part of
you
correcting
said
the Bible, properly.
you said there's a background to it.
Yes, there's a background to it.
I phrase my wording because I question the background you bring. That is why I said whether or not there's a background to it, because what you might present to me as a background, I might not accept it as a legitimate
No, but
background.
the Bible tells us the background.
But you hear what I've said. I hear what you said. But what you say and what I'm saying are two different things. You come with your Greg. Here, listen to me carefully. Whatever you bring, it is what you believe. I am not.
And what I read in the Bible.
Yes, but I do not have to believe what you believe.
Yeah, but don't say picking and choosing.
I did
say
not
you
say.
don't disagree with it.
I
but
did
don't
not.
say I'm picking and choosing.
Hortensia. I say. Here's what I say. I say whenever it's convenient for you, and when I say you, I mean Christians, not just you. You pick certain scriptures. You want to say something?
Can't we generalize everybody because he's the call of the moment, so we have to speak to him alone.
Well, I'm speaking to him, but I know others who do the same thing. So that is why I broaden it, because I know others who do the same thing. So what you do is, in one context, you use something and you say, this is what is supposed to hold here. But in another context, you say, no, well, that is the Old Testament. The New Testament says this. But certain things in the New Testament, you say, no, let's go back to the Old Covenant, because the Old Covenant says, and that is what I'm saying.
No, hold on. But that way you're misinterpreting me. I am saying the New Testament tell us what things in the Old Testament are for today and what are not. So you have to know, based upon the teachings of the New Testament, what in the Old Testament is for today and what are not.
But
It's
did
not
you
an
not?
arbitrary
Did you
thing.
not? Did you not just read a piece of scripture that says that you should eat every moving thing, but not the blood?
That was in Genesis, yes.
Yes. So then, why is it then you further then wants to pacify it by saying that certain people should, if you're around certain people, you should not eat the blood in front of them?
Yeah, because Paul, for example, in Romans chapter 14 and in other places, tells us that, hey, nothing is wrong with eating anything, but if there are some people in front of you who are offended, don't eat it in front of them.
But this is what I'm saying.
Because
but Greg, what I'm saying is, if the Bible, you sometimes you want to be adamant with the Bible and say this is God thing and there's no leeway, and then when you look, you want to dilute it. If listen to me, if you just read a passage that says, eat any moving thing, but not with the blood,
right.
why you want to do otherwise?
Because in New Covenant time,
you see what I'm saying,
whatever you eat, do not defile you.
You hear New Covenant time. This is
Yes,
what I'm saying.
we are in the New Covenant time.
So you're changing the dynamics. God says, here's what I'm saying. This is why you people don't mean anything to me, because you take God trivial. You say you believe in God, and yet still you trivialize God. I say I don't believe in your God, but I don't trivialize God. I take the Creator so serious that if the Creator says don't eat things with blood, I'm not going to eat with blood. I'm not going to say New Covenant, I'm going to eat with blood.
But the Bible does say New Covenant. You are not going to say New Covenant, but the Bible does say New Covenant.
And this is why I'm saying that man keep putting these things in there to change the dynamics and to justify what they want to do when they want to do it.
Okay, for example, in the Old Covenant, animals were sacrificed as sin offerings. Today in the New Covenant, it's forbidden.
Look, Journey made a point, and people miss that all the time. The Creator made everything. He said, give me sacrifice. There was a point when blood used to be sacrificed, okay?
Right.
And next thing you know, here's Adam I mean, here's Adam and Eve. There's Cain and Abel, right? He says, I give you the herb for meat, but yet still he accepts one. God accepts one offering and not the other. Isn't that a form of discrimination?
According to the book of Hebrews, the reason why God did not accept Cain, because Cain did not offer his offering in faith, whereas Abel offered his offering in faith. So whatever we offer to God must be done in faith. Hebrews chapter 11.
And you realize, let's use, what was this other son, Jacob and Esau? You remember those two?
Yes.
And you understand who was the chosen one?
The hairy one.
Jacob.
Okay. And you understand what the mother did to fool the father so that the son can get the inheritance?
Put on the skin.
Yeah.
Okay. And the son eventually got the inheritance, and the older one who lost his inheritance was angry with the younger one, and the Bible wants to twist it like he wasn't justified in being angry. But he was justified in being angry because the mother was deceitful in deceiving the father so that her younger son could get the birthright. And these are the things that you are put in the Bible, and you think we're stupid and we're not cognizant of them.
Well,
we follow everything, but you people say no. Don't question God. It's not we're questioning God. We're questioning man who put these things in there to have their way when they want to have their way.
Again, Quint, I ain't read anywhere in the Bible that condemn Esau for being wrong. I mean, for being angry. Maybe you read it, but I ain't read it.
But how come? What Esau
was condemned for wanting to kill Jacob because Jacob deceived him.
But that's what I'm saying.
No, but he was not justified in wanting to kill Jacob for that.
But he did not
that
end
would
up...
have been murder. That would have been murder.
But he did not end up killing him. He had the passion.
No, he didn't. But the intention was wrong. The motive was wrong.
But the intention came, the motive came because the mother had helped them, the son, his other brother. Listen. But this is why I'm saying you are put... So the younger brother, he walks away scot-free with all the deceit and everything, and...
Leave it to God.
Oh, okay.
Don't want to kill him because of that.
Okay.
That doesn't rise to the level of wanting to kill a person.
You see, I hear what you're saying, but you're still not hearing what I'm saying. The younger brother, whose mother used every form of deception to get their way, the Bible in no way says he's to blame for anything or he's wrong for anything. Even though I agree
God blamed him for that. God blamed him for that.
Oh, go ahead and tell me what did he reap as a negative for that?
What did he reap as a negative for that?
Yes.
Well, number one, because Esau wanted to kill him, he had to run away and he had to spend time away from his family.
But that was Esau.
Going through different hardships and that sort of stuff.
But that was Esau.
He being fooled by his uncle was part of the punishment.
But that was Esau. I'm speaking about what God...
No, that was Jacob being fooled and taken advantage of by his uncle Laban.
Yes, Jacob. But what I'm saying is, what punishment did God give him? Because remember, he even went...
That was part of the punishment.
Because you say it is a punishment.
Being taken advantage of, being lied to, being deceived and that sort of stuff. Those are the things that Jacob reap in his life because of deceiving his father. Whereas if he didn't do that, he would have grown up in the family and would not have gone through those things.
I like how you all keep moving the ball, moving the game, the goal post to fit. How is it that certain parts in the Bible you have quotes that says God is displeased with that, God says I will punish you for that, or you have sinned and you will. But in this case where you have all this deceit, no point in there God or anyone in on that level says you're wrong. But whatever the outcome is, you say it is because he did wrong. But I'm not speaking. I am saying that where certain points you have specifically in the Bible that it says God says this and that is wrong, but here you have other things that are wrong and God doesn't have a problem with it. And you even have points where God tells people to do things that are utterly wrong in your Bible.
Okay.
But you say because it is God, they can't be wrong because God has the right to do everything. And anyway.
Right. Because God is the only lawmaker. God is the only ultimate lawmaker. So therefore, whatever God does or says is ipso facto correct, right and proper.
Okay.
And anything against it is sinful, evil, and wicked.
So that is why I say to people who listen to when we have these kind of debates, analyze for yourself and come to your own conclusion. Because in this Bible we see where when it is convenient for man, he puts certain things in there. And when it is not convenient for him, he goes on another tangent.
But Jesus disagreed with you, Queen, because Jesus Christ, who died.
And you see what he does?
And on the third day, raised from the grave.
And you see the ridiculous...
He said the scriptures are from God.
And you see the audacity of you to decide what Jesus wants, and Jesus decides. I make a statement, and you, a man just like me, decides what Jesus wants. You see
what the Bible says.
You're saying what I've been saying all along. When it's convenient for you people, you put God's name. See what you just did? You said Jesus said. It's not Jesus who said it. It's Greg who said it. It's Greg who said Jesus said. Anyway, we never really get anywhere because I just want people to listen.
Whatever the Bible says, is God saying it?
So when Greg says Jesus says something, is God saying it?
No, not when we say because I ain't read scripture.
But you just said
whatever the Bible says. Whatever the Bible says is well, if I'm quoting the Bible correctly.
No, I said.
No, hold on. If I'm quoting the Bible correctly, then I'm saying what Jesus Christ said. Once I'm quoting the Bible correctly, because whatever the Bible says is what Jesus said.
So where in the Bible does it say that Jesus said, "Quint anything"?
Repeat that again, and understand that one.
I just made a statement, and you said that Jesus condemns my statement, and it is coming from you, Greg, a man just like me. So where in the Bible does it say that Jesus says Quint is wrong on the statement that he made?
Yeah, because the Bible tells us sin is disobedience to the word of God, and so therefore, to reject that the Bible is the word of God and Jesus is God is sinful and therefore wrong and condemned by Jesus Christ. So you're making that statement that discredit the Bible as the word of Jesus Christ, as the word of God. God condemns you for that.
And here he goes.
Because,
he says
because it's contrary to the word of God. It's sinful.
Anyway, let's kill that because I think we've exhausted that topic. Okay.
But yeah,
I always I indulge you sometimes because I want young minds out there especially to listen and to come to their own conclusion. Because I
would tell them read the Bible to see if what I say is so.
Because I already have my conclusion. I indulge you so that people can hear us cross talk and go back and forth. And Cartencia leans her head on the sides and rolls her eyes and says in her mind, this is why I don't get involved in this.
Because it gets nowhere. Exactly.
Okay, Greg.
Well, I disagree because in the end, what the Bible says in the end, when the word of God go forth and it return until it will not return void, it would accomplish the will of God. So I believe whenever the word go forth and it return back to God, it will accomplish the word of God. So it is never a vain thing.
Okay, great.
That is never a vain thing. But what I also wanted to say quickly is because...
But let me ask you something, Greg. When you've exhausted all this time on something, don't you feel sometimes that you can just say, okay, and we finish, and rather than after all that long time, you're still going to continue into something else, bearing in mind that you can call back again and bring up your next point?
Well, fair enough,
okay.
Because I'm my own self thinking, should I go on? Because I think this point that I made with you is very solid, that I stand 100% on. That the Bible is the word of God and Jesus Christ is the King of all kings and the Lord of all lords over everything. So Yes, to
Yeah.
God and to Jesus Christ only be the glory.
Yes. So
Okay,
now,
Prince, thank you.
now we'll take a break, and you can come back again and bring up another issue. Okay. So here we go.
Hey. Hey.
Let's stop child sexual abuse. The age of consent is 16, yet our 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, and 10-year-olds are becoming victims of sexual abuse and exploitation, which is being forced into sexual activity before they are old enough to decide. This causes mental, emotional, and physical harm to our children. Parents, it is your responsibility to protect and to educate your children. Develop a relationship of trust with your child. If they trust you, they will tell you. Child sexual abuse cannot be our norm. We must work together to correct this. Help us prevent, help us protect, help us prosecute. A message by the Department of Probation and Child Protection Services. Contact us at 467-1311 or 662-6833 for more information.
Rams the good food people always there to serve you. Rams the good food people locations right near you. Rams the good food people in store specials for you. Rams the good food people. When you need better service, Rams is always here. Better value, better prices. Rams is always here. Rewarding your loyalty. Rams is always here. We are community. We are family. We are family. Rams for you and me. We are community. Rams for you and me. If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us.
TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind.
You're always safe with us.
And we are back.
It's just about 7 minutes before the hour of 10, and I was supposed to cover this yesterday. Benjamin Netanyahu seeks pardon from Israel president. Why would you seek a pardon if you continue to claim that you didn't do anything wrong?
Look, I'm not even going to speak about Benjamin Netanyahu. If you want to elucidate on it, well, but I'm not.
No, but it's an honest question. Why would you seek a pardon from the president if you claim all the charges are fraudulent? It's just the other side of the fence that wants to make you look bad, etc., etc. You want to seek a pardon when you know you're wrong.
Hello, caller.
Yeah, Quint.
I want you to be very brief this time because we're almost out of time.
Yes, Quint. Now, there are some of us who, and we all do this, Quint. I myself, I quote the scriptures here and there. And there are some of us who say, the God of this world has blinded their eyes. The God of this world has blinded their eyes, that they see and they see not, and they hear and they hear not, and all of that. But Quint, when we look at the God of this world has blinded their eyes, are we not seeing the very writers who claim they are holy? All that we know today, when I say the writers, my eldest granny would say, they didn't write it. She was correcting me by saying, well, they translated it. Okay, fine. But the writers, look at the writers and the subtlety, Quint. Look at how we, as a people, how we are treated when
when our politicians goes to the United Nations. Look at what they did at the Berlin Conference, where no African was invited. No. This is why Journey is saying this book that we gravitate to is a book of control. They give us principle here, they give us politics, and they give us religion. Now, this is why I'm saying that they have imitated us, our civilization. They erased our characters out of the book and inserted themselves in the book. And the very fact that they give us a deity that they call God with all the attributes and the Son, that is what has captured us. It has captured us to a point that we keep repeating their misery and their lies, that it has become truth.
Yeah, okay,
But
Johnny.
Johnny,
Okay, Johnny, remember I told you,
you
there's another
realize
caller.
the
There's
God of this age is Satan, right? And not the big God, not the merciful.
Potentia, the Satan and God are spirits according to the literature. Now, who have seen either God or Satan kill anyone? All of that killing was done by man. But you see?
But they're not influenced by something? Were they influenced by something to do that? You don't think?
That's what they wrote, Cortensia. They wrote that.
Okay, Journey, there's another caller
Quint,
waiting.
I'll use.
Yeah, but what he's saying, caller, hold a minute. What he's saying, and I agree with him on this. We tend to do things as men and women, and we blame God or we blame the devil. But we are the ones who do it. We have our own conscience and whatever.
But
and
sometimes
to
we
me,
don't use our own conscience. We let the
no,
bad-
I disagree. I believe that it is us, and we use a cop out. Hello, caller.
Yes, good morning. Good morning again, guys. No, okay, let me go back to when y'all were talking about eating. You know, there's a sickness called Prader-Willi, right? Syndrome. Some people, they just eat and they just cannot get full. So that is an effect that some people have. And then Mr. Matt Mahan said...
But caller, hold a second. I wasn't aware of that illness, but this isn't... A lot of the people, they don't have that sickness.
Yeah, I understand. That's
Okay.
what I'm getting to.
Okay.
Mr. Matt Mahan said that the animals adapt to the chemicals and we adapt to it. But then what he have to remember, yeah, our body might adapt, but then after a while, our body start reject it.
Yeah.
It's just like when the doctor give you a medication. If you read it and it tell you all the side effects that can occur,
Yeah.
right?
That's a good
Sometimes
point.
it don't occur, but then sometimes after years down the line, we start to feel the effect of that medication.
And that's a good point. That's a good point, because even when they give you a kidney or some other thing, they have to fool the body into accepting it for a certain period until hopefully the body eventually adapts and adjusts to it. But during the time when you have it, they're actually giving you medical influences to fool the body into accepting it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you, I was taking a blood pressure medication for a couple of years. And then one morning, I woke up with my face and my mouth swollen. And all of, as I go through the day, I realize my face is getting bigger and bigger. And when I go to the hospital, it's because of that medication. My body started to reject it, develop an allergy now for the medication that I was taking for so much years.
Yeah.
So you see, at the end of the day, everything we talk about eating, everything must be done in moderation. That is why fasting is so important.
Yeah.
Because when you fast, you cleanse your inside. And then we as human, I mean, I can speak for myself. I am guilty. I mean, I fast on Sunday, Sunday and Wednesday, which I should fast more. But we love to eat.
But let me ask you this, Cleo. What do you think about us doing things and then blaming God or blaming the devil?
At the end of the day, right, sometimes we do things. And that's why I always say, look, this devil, he gets credit for too many things that he had no hand in. Sometimes we give him too much credit, to be honest. We do things, And we know what we're doing consciously, but we do it, but then we say we blame the devil. But yes, the enemy of our soul can influence you to do stuff. Because then as we all have a conscience, if you really listen, right? Listen in your head. Sometimes there's two voices in your head.
Yeah.
One is gonna guide you to do the right thing, and one is gonna instruct the wrong thing.
Yeah.
That's why the word said, I think it's David said, when you want to do good, evil presents itself. Because you want to do good, but the evil tell you, no, don't do that. Do this. Because I can attest to that for myself. Where I testified on this program before, where when I was living in St. Thomas, one day a voice, my daughter, God, sister, came home from school, and they keep saying, let's go down the road for a walk. And I hear a voice say, no, stay home and cook. One voice said, man, you've been in the house all day. You don't go anywhere. Go outside. Take the baby for a walk. And the voice said, no, stay home and cook. And I'm wrestling between these two voices in my head. And I wasn't saved back then. But for some reason, I stay home and cook. And my daughter, God sister, they went down the road. And like an hour after, we get the call. A drunk driver ran up on the sidewalk and licked them down. If I had gone, either me or probably my daughter, which only weighs 5 pounds, she could have fit in the palm of your hand. I don't think she would have been alive today. So you see, it's for us to listen.
Yeah, we do have choices.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do, and that's why everything must be done in moderation. That's what we need to do. But I think my husband wanted to say something.
Go ahead.
Oh, he says it's okay.
Okay.
There was another point I was going to make, but honestly, I forget what I was going to say. But anyway, I'll call back if anything.
Well, we're 2 minutes over time, so that'll be
okay. Well,
yeah. Sorry about that. Hello, caller.
Yes. Good morning, Quint. Good morning, Cleo. If it's you, I stand for correction. But you mentioned something about a blood pressure medication you took, and it swelled your face and everything. I think I know what it is, but I stand for correction. Listen up, friend. I will leave it there. Quit your overtime.
Oh.
For now.
Yeah, so that's how we're going to bring an end to our issue for today. Okay.
Oh. Have a good one. I won't be in tomorrow, but see you on Thursday.
Yeah. See how quickly she run over that? I won't be in tomorrow, but, say that so that people can hear you, so that when tomorrow when I say Hortensia isn't here, they don't say, oh, I didn't hear us.
But I didn't run it over. I just said I won't be in tomorrow, but I'll be in on Thursday.
Okay. I just want them to hear it from you.
So have a great Tuesday. I see the budget speeches already having folks watching, so
Okay.
I'll try to watch what I can watch too.
Well, you take care, and we're going to see what kind of glasses you're going to bring next.
Right. Have a good one.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
The battle for the crown is officially on. Sugar Mass 54 presents the Republic Bank Miss Teen St. Kitts and Nevis pageant on Saturday, December 13th at 7 p.m. All eyes turn to the Water Park Cricket Stadium as 8 brilliant young queens step forward to represent their schools with pride, purpose, and poise. Cheer for Kimaya McDonald of K on High, Tatiana Archer of the Immaculate Conception Catholic